Rusty shipyards, once bustling with industry. World-class coffee. Steep hills, local buses, and a place built by war refugees. This is the hidden island of Busan. Before heading over to the island, I'm making a quick stop for my favorite morning routine. A ritual, if you will, a soak in a hot spring. I'm heading to a place called Cheong. Its history dates back 1,300 years when kings used to travel here for healing. Today, it's known as one of the largest hot spring complexes in all of Asia. Take a look at this. This is a replica of the trams that once roamed the streets of Busan.
감사합니다. 네, 감사합니다.
Back in the day, people would hop on these just for a day at the spa. I guess you could say it was the ultimate luxury staycation of that era.
네. It's very windy and cold day in Busan, but the gentleman's warm and kind words just melted my heart.
Fast forward to today, and it's a massive modern facility capable of hosting 3,000 people at once.
Obviously, can't feel inside, so
Even though everything else has changed, the water remains the same. It's the same healing spring that has flowed here for 1,300 years.
Wow, that was very pleasant experience. I love this hot spring so much a few days ago, so I had to come back today. It's still amazing. Most visitors are Korean, but I saw some foreigners too, so don't worry. Just a heads up, like in Japan, baths are gender segregated and you go completely naked inside. A true local experience. If you're a bit shy, I'll recommend some private bath options in a future video.
Now that we're refreshed, let's head into Yeongdo. We're at the rooftop lounge of our hotel, and as you can see, the 360-degree view is just incredible.
We love ocean view, but this particular port view is what Busan stands for.
From the busy harbors below to the houses climbing up the hills, you can see the entire island at a glance. Let's explore it one corner at a time. Down by the harbor, you're instantly drawn in by its raw, unmistakable charm. The old ships, the cranes. This is where the industry that turned Korea into a global shipbuilding powerhouse first began. Right next to that rugged landscape, there is a special cafe built inside an old shipyard warehouse. This is Momo's Coffee, the roastery of a world barista champion. It feels more like a massive coffee factory than a cafe. From the green bean storage to the labs, the entire coffee making process happens right here in this single space. The staff's skillful hands at the giant roasters remind me of Yeongdo's shipbuilding craftsmen. Now I see why they offer Dosan tours. The signature hand drip and latte were fantastic. Strong taste of orange. Looking out at the old harbor while the scent of world-class coffee fills the air, it was a special kind of joy that you can only find here in Yeongdo. We're heading to a very special place for lunch today. This is Bongnae Market with nearly 100 years of history. It has stood its ground from the colonial era through the Korean War, all the way to the present day. The market was smaller than I expected, but back when the population of Yeongdo was over 200,000, this was the grand kitchen that fed tens of thousands of shipyard workers every single day. As we were looking around, we locked eyes with the owner, who gave us a big smile and invited us in for a meal. We knew right away we'd find the right spot. Why? If you want to find a proper local restaurant in Korea, don't look at Google or Instagram. Look at the hair color. If you see many grandpas and grandmas sitting there, it's 99% guaranteed. They've been eating this food for 50 years. They don't sell it for average. This place isn't even on Google Maps. It's just a home meal style place. But this is a real case of a Korean mother's kitchen. The meal was fantastic, just as expected. The seaweed meal is so fresh because we're in Busan, right by the sea. I feel like I'm eating in my mom's kitchen. In Korea, the highest praise for a restaurant is that it feels like mom's cooking, and this place was exactly that. At the end of the market alley, you'll find the oldest fish cake factory in Korea. The savory aroma is incredible. This place started in the early 1950s, right after the Korean War, a time when everything was in short supply. Back then, these fish cakes made from minced fish were more than just a snack. For the war refugees, they were a vital source of protein and a survival food that helped them endure the toughest times of their lives. Now we're heading up to the highest parts of Yeongdo, the very hillsides where war refugees once built their homes. We're taking a local bus, famous for handling these steep, winding hills. At the very top of the hill, we found ourselves in a space with a completely different energy. There was an immediate sense of calm and simplicity. Right in front of us, the Busan Harbor Bridge and the Yeongdo Sea stretched out beyond the windows. The space was filled with clean, elegant pottery pieces. Everything here felt Zen-like, cool, quiet minimalism with a stunning ocean view.
very punchy.
We spent the afternoon enjoying the view and just taking in the space. It was a rare, quiet moment. We're heading to a place where you can find the most beautiful sunset in Yeongdo. Since it's located near the very top of the island, the path up from the entrance is quite steep. By the time I reached the temple, I was a bit out of breath. But the view of the temple itself is so serene and peaceful. Now let's head up even higher to the main viewpoint. Wow. I couldn't help but marvel at this. The traditional tilled roofs, the ocean, and the Namhang Bridge stretching out behind them, and the modern city skyline in the distance. Seeing all of this in a single frame is a unique sight you can only find on this island. Most famous sunset spots in Busan are usually packed with people. But this place is so quiet because even many locals don't know about it. We were able to enjoy the sunset entirely to ourselves. The view was so good that we stayed here for quite a while until the sun completely went down. It's well known among photographers, and once you're here, you'll see why. A monk passing by even surprised us with a welcome drink. Moments like these are the real beauty of traveling. This is called Korean 정.
감사합니다.
Oh, and you'll always find these air guns at the entrance of mountain trails in Korea. It's surprisingly refreshing to dust off your clothes when you're heading down, so definitely give it a try. So what did you think of Yeongdo? It's a bit different from the Busan we usually know, but that's what makes it so much more diverse and charming. If you want to leave your Busan trip with a truly special memory, I highly recommend visiting this island. To make it easier for you, we put everything into our Busan ebook. The route we took today, our Google Map pins, and all the local tips only we know. Because we know your time is precious and we want you to make the most of it.